Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's a wonderful day to be in the neighborhood. Oh my God. Like, so much is going on in the world. Like, it's just really chaotic right now. I think the biggest part what's going on, probably what has been the most um, troubling to me, are two places I have my eyes on. That's Fulton County, Georgia, and Paterson, New Jersey. Passaic County, Paterson, New Jersey, and Jersey. Uh, I don't live in Fulton. I try to stay out of Fulton County as much as possible. I used to work there, but since COVID, we have been working from home, and it's gonna probably remain that way because they're not going to get us back in the office unless they pay a lot of money. But anyway, yeah, so yesterday there was an FBI raid um to collect evidence in connection with possible voter fraud. You know, I know folks, whenever we're challenged about anything, whether it's in our personal life, whether it's, on our job or anything, the first thing we have I believe it's a defense mechanism. But you're appalled. You're taken aback. You're like, why am I investigated? Why am I being challenged? Why my stuff is being looked into? But then if you're a person who doesn't have anything to hide, who has done things by the book, who has integrity, you welcome people to come in and check you out. When your character is, I'm going to start talking about the law of character. The law of character. That's what I'm going to focus on because, I started out with Character Corner on Blogspot, and it was pretty popping. And that's where I got my start, thanks to Gina McCauley of What About Our Daughters. She helped me set everything up from the blog. I created the name because character always meant a lot to me. I always focused on my character. I always focused on truth and being authentic. And while it has taken me a very, very long time to get where I am right now, a very long time, it took me longer because I was not willing to sleep my way to the top. I wasn't willing to cut people's throats, be a snake. I was not going to be a Jezebel or a snake. And I said, whatever my intellect, my legal skill, and my character did not get from me, I will not have. And when you're a person of integrity in this system, okay, um, it takes you longer. Okay, it's called slow bucks. It's not fast bucks. It's slow bucks, and you're able to sleep at night. You're able to look at yourself in the mirror. You're able to walk into rooms with your head held up high because no one can say, oh, you got it because you slept with the president of the company, or you slept with the mayor, or you slept with this one, or you slept with that one. I'm not a hoe, so why act like one? I'm not a prostitute, so why act like one? Now, for the women who took that route, forgive yourself. If you did it when you were younger, okay, if you did it under the age of 40, I'll give you up to the age of 40. If you did it, forgive yourself. Forgive yourself, okay? Hold your head up high, and as long as you're not doing it. Now, if you're still doing it after age 40, then you are a freak. Fair, you're just a freak. Because by the time the age of 40, you should begin this process starts. Oprah says when she turned 40, she didn't give a, she things changed for her. That's the beginning. You really realize, okay, I'm grown now. I'm really grown. Okay. And then and then you turn 50, and 50 was very traumatizing for me. I mean, I the night before I turned 50, I mean, I it was a countdown of tears for me, you know. But then as I progressed into my 50s, because I'm 57 now, um I really started to enjoy and appreciate who I am, because I don't look like I'm an old lady. You know what I'm saying? And I said, God, as long as I don't look my age, I could deal with it. That's what I said. As long as I don't look my age, I could deal with it. I said, God, make sure I look at least 10 years younger. Then we're good. We're good. We're good. So, anyway, so I said that to say this. If you on your P's and Q's, if you have done everything right, and black folks, we know. We know we cannot do what the white boys do. We know that. We understand that. We're clear. We should be clear about it. And why would you want to do what the white boys do? Why? Why? In the Bible, when the Israelites, God told them, when you get into Egypt, don't do as the Egyptians do. Don't do as the people who have no love or honor for the Most High. And what did they do? Right on there, what should have been a 10 to 11-day trip, it took them 40 years in the wilderness, because their hearts did not love God. And that's the same way with us today. We got a few crumbs after Martin Luther King was assassinated. People started going into the segregation. So they started going into desegregation, I'm sorry. They started going into the white communities. They started hanging out with white folks. They started working with white folks. They started going to school with white folks. And somewhere in there, we became drunk off the crumbs of suburban life, the crumbs of being at the table, still being served crumbs. We're at the table, but we're still being served crumbs. And then God wanted us to take those crumbs, because it says a mustard seed. So we took those crumbs, and some of us built businesses. Some of us, did really good. Some became attorneys, lawyers. Where we took the crumbs and we made it. We made it because God blessed them crumbs. But some of us began to worship the crumbs and not the God that was multiplying the crumbs. So now we find ourselves, and you saw me on Judge Joe Brown crying. Why was I crying? I was weeping for people who have forgotten their God. Fonnie Willis is unrepentant. I'm stuck at she was having an affair with a colleague who was married. Everybody know how I feel about side chicks. I have zero love for side chicks. And why am I like that? Because I saw the pain that side chickism and the destruction that's being a side chick caused my mother. And as a little girl, I made a vow that I would not intentionally inflict that kind of pain on another human being, on another woman. And I honored that. And I'm going to tell you, look, going through this, and y'all see pictures, I was in the presence of some great men. Great men. Okay. Great men. I never thought I would ever meet Muhammad Ali. Like, that wasn't even on my bucket list. Okay. But when I met him, just happened to meet him, he was signing autograph when I was working in Middle Jersey at the Raritan Center. And I met him and I just hugged him, because that was a man that stood up to the system. A man said, hey, and it cost him, and he was willing to pay that price. And I just hugged him, and I just kept saying, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for everything. That's all I said, thank you. I hope I get to meet Mayor Andrew Young. I want that. He was on the front line because I didn't get to, meet Coretta. I did meet Martin Luther King's nephew. You talking about a twin? You could tell he was a king. I got pictures of that. I got to put that up. And I was just so honored to meet him, to meet Martin Luther King's DNA. Some of his DNA. And I would love to meet Malcolm X's daughters. That I would love, and Bernice King and Martin Luther King. I would love to meet. I wished I would have got a chance to meet Yolanda King. That was it. But those are my bucket list. And I want to meet the actor from Greenleaf, Mr. Keith. I want to meet Mr. Keith White. Just let me just get one hug. My husband, let me get one. Mr. Attorney, let me get one hug in on Mr. Keith. Mr. Keith is the man. That's a good. I don't know. I just like older looking. I like very old. I like older men. I don't. That's why I like my husband. That's why I ended up because my husband looked old when he was younger. He looks good now, but when he was younger, he looked old. He had that older look. The hairline was receded and everything. He was young. I just like distinguished older men. Always like that. So. Anyway, I said that to get back on point. I digress. We got to be who we say we are. We got to our image. Who we are should be better than the image we put out. People are so important on branding themselves, but not being authentic and living their brand. When I say living, that their brand represents or reflects who their character, who they are in the dark, who they are behind closed doors. See, your family will tell on you. Your family sometimes will tell on you to a certain degree. Because grown kids they're just, especially the spoiled ones. We spoiled. These YNs, everybody's a YN born after 1995. These YNs are a whole nother thing. But people gotta be. I remember the saying, someone said, be a superstar in your own home first. I'm done.